What's up, everybody? It's Rob Mack from M3 Beats here today as a guest host with NVA Automotive. I'm going to review my car for their channel. It's a new thing that we're doing. I'm going to try it out, see how it works. But today I'm bringing to you my project car, Project Spectre. You can follow me again at M3 Beats on Instagram and follow my YouTube channel, also M3 Beats. So this is my 335i. It's a 2015 BMW 335, codename Spectre. It has a 3-liter inline 6 engine that came from the factory with about 300 horsepower at the crank. Came from the factory with 20-inch wheels, the blackout kidney grills, xenon headlights, the M Sport package. So I got the M Sport bumper, the fog lights, a little bit of extra carbon fiber bling that I put on myself. And the car is a black sapphire metallic BMW. So it looks black in the harsh sunlight, but then when you catch it in the right light at nighttime, then it just sparkles up like a glitter show. I went and bought this car up from Florida. Right at the end of 2017, I bought this car up from Florida to Michigan because I wanted a rear-wheel drive vehicle. I did not want an all-wheel drive, and you cannot find a BMW 335 in Michigan that's not all-wheel drive. It's next to impossible. Why did I want a rear-wheel drive configuration? I just like the way that they ride. I like to, slide the back out a little bit when I'm having fun. And the traction control is so good in these cars that it really doesn't matter that you have a dedicated all-wheel drive system. The inline 6 engine that BMW uses has about 300 horsepower and around 300 torque from the factory. These engines are pretty reliable compared to the N54s before them, but they don't have the same tuning ceiling. While you might see a lot of the N54 owners that have unreliable builds and are constantly reaching, for those higher, bigger horsepower gains, getting into well over 900 horsepower. There's not that many people doing it on the F30 platform. My car is mostly stock. I've got an upgraded intake, a couple of upgraded spark plugs with a tighter gap, a step colder to handle the tune that I'm running. I have a competition intercooler that I'm running on the vehicle. I have upgraded turbo piping on this billet aluminum. Also have an upgraded diverter valve, and then the main power grab that I did on this car was I went with a stage 2 turbo package from Pure Turbo. So this car has a twin powered turbo, and what that means in BMW marketing translation is it's a single turbo application with a twin scroll design. I've replaced the stock unit with a larger unit from Pure Turbos, and I think my ceiling is somewhere around 600 horsepower now, but I'm well below that because I haven't done any of the custom tuning to get to that extra additional horsepower. Suspension and handling, this car, again, I bought it with all the M Sport options from the factory. So it already has the adaptive steering, it has the ZF8 transmission with the paddle shifters. The one thing that I did change is that this vehicle came with 20-inch wheels with Pirelli run flats on an OEM factory build that I got, the package that came with the car when I bought it. I didn't like the wheels as much. It's controversial because a lot of people love those wheels. I personally did not like them. The Pirelli tires were great. They hooked up. They, really good on the street. The only issue with those tires is that they were summer tires, and the compound on those tires was so soft that I probably went through them in the first summer that I had them. So I went down to a 19-inch wheel because I wanted to do a taller profile on my tires to, have a little bit better handling, because the Pirellis were run flats, and I just wanted to do non-run flat tires to get rid of some of the rough riding components. The car already has enough stiff in the chassis to make it, a little unruly as a daily driver when you're driving around someplace like Detroit with a lot of potholes. I have gotten a year out of both the front and the back. The fronts are practically brand new. The rears, because I have a little bit of shenanigans and a little bit of fun as expected in a rear-wheel drive car, I need to replace those before the winter. This is a little bit, less than desirable for somebody who doesn't, want to live that sports car lifestyle. But it's still way more comfortable than like a dedicated track car or something like that, right? I don't have any intentions of going out like full roll cage or anything like that. So, this is my daily driver. It's like I was telling Alan, I carry mulch in the car. Like I'll fill up the back and the trunk, with bags of mulch from Lowe's and carry them home. Yes, the guys in the Mustangs that come with the bullshit every once in a while, but I will absolutely thrash that car in a foot race. Like that's one victim that I've taken down many a times. I did add a vent integrated gauge, so I can, you know, keep track of like boost, have a dedicated boost gauge, intake temperatures, oil temperatures, and all that stuff. Because once you go modified, you want to start paying attention to certain things just to, you know, make sure that your car is like running optimal and you're not like pulling nonsense, right? Because you don't want anything creeping up on you and then, you know, finding out the hard way that you broke something in the car. As far as reliability is been concerned with this vehicle, that's like a bad rap that the BMWs get about being unreliable, being money pits, and certainly there might be some truth to that, as there is with any car. But knock on wood, the particular specimen that I'm driving, outside of me blowing the turbo, which caused me to get the stage 2 upgrade, this car has been nothing but a dream. I've turned every wrench, installed every upgrade except for the turbo on this vehicle, and that's pretty much, you know, how it goes. And this is the first BMW I've ever owned, first you know, forced induction platform. I'm a novice on BMWs, and I have had zero issues like doing anything on this car. Is some of it hard? 100%. Is some of it a pain in the ass to work on? Yes. As long as you can get the damn parts, you can do anything to this car you want. Had to flex. So yeah, anything you want to do with this car, I've been able to do it just like any other car. I didn't have to go and buy a bunch of special tools. I got the same toolbox that I used on my Trailblazer, on my Tahoe, on my GMC Acadia. I use the same tools to work on this car. Rob Mack wrapping up as a guest host for NVA Auto with the review of the 335i. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Make sure you follow me, Rob Mack, on Instagram and YouTube at M3Beats, and then subscribe to this channel, NVA Automotive, for the latest reviews and automotive scene in the southeastern Michigan area. And once again, really appreciate you guys taking the time and taking a look at my 335.